Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real Heat. What does her looks have to do with him harassing her?
Listen, y'all be getting booty ties. Y'all be like, ooh, booty, and you just harass. Like, y'all don't even think straight. You just think booty.
How do you differentiate those? All right, I love the dick, or I love the thing that's attached to it.
All vaginas are beautiful.
They are.
Hey, like back in the day, people like when you displayed like being a nerd or stuff, like why are you acting white? What?
And I always hated
Why
that.
is nerdiness associated with caucasity? I don't understand.
Me personally, I just keep my comments to myself, bro.
Girl, I seen you in all of them comments, man. I seen you sending memes and you going like this. I
Somebody was.
Childhood trauma, okay?
Somebody was tromboning a flute on the side. That's what they were doing.
Wow, they are really dogging me in these comments. They said I'm definitely more of a future than a Russell Wilson. Yo, y'all are foul as shit. They already talking about sensational. Look, I'm about to have my Hoochie Daddy shorts on all summer. Look, I'm ready.
Let me see
Oh
some
my
eyes.
God.
Real hot boy shit, okay? Real hot boy shit. Oh, boy.
I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the return of the Real Heat, Season 3, Episode 1. I don't want to do with the fingers. But we're kicking off the season with 2022 in review. Pretty much what we plan on doing is touching on some of the most monumental moments of last year, as well as speak on what we plan on doing for the rest of this season and what we've been doing on hiatus. So, before we even get into the show, of course, we've got to do our introductions for those who don't know us and for those who are here and do know us and still love us. So let's start with the thirstiest of the traps.
I'm so sad.
Yeah, thirst trap not feeling too great today.
Right. We're gonna
But
let it
shit.
slide today. We're gonna let it slide today. And of course, we got Mr. Self-Made up there.
Yes, indeed. Anchor G snook you at your finest.
He got
What
the
you say?
Matrix background now.
Yeah, man. This
Why he got the
news
Matrix
reporting live.
background?
It's the news people. We serious today. That's all. Don't worry about that.
That's a newsroom.
It's the newsroom. You see the card? We for real today. All right.
All right, you got it, player. I ain't even gonna get on your
Ain't nobody
case.
talking about your little fake Chucky behind you.
First off, that's not Chucky.
It look like a fake Chucky.
Correct yourself.
All right.
Correct yourself. That's Deku.
Deku. Oh,
Correct
my bad.
yourself.
Go ahead.
Correct yourself.
I'm sorry.
Cooley's a little preoccupied, but I'm pretty sure she was here.
I'm
She said,
here.
"Oh, you here? Well, show your face,
God
man."
damn. I'm just trying to put my kids down. I'm listening. I'm here. You just can't see me yet, but I'm here.
Well, Cooley's usual intro would be, "Hey, everybody, it's Cooley and the baby," and of
Oh,
course,
y'all
y'all
hear
know
the
me, Mr.
You
Tommy
hear the-
Bonds himself. So, let's kick things off with a nice little icebreaker. Today's question of the day was, what are you leaving behind in 2022? So, what are you all leaving behind in 2022? So what?
Say what?
Oh, my good health. I've been sick since the first.
Yeah, no, that's what
Yeah,
we
that
don't want
is
to leave
that's a
that
terrible way
behind.
to start the year off.
Yeah.
Terrible way. So look, what you leaving in 2022, my brother?
My absence in the gaming world. Mm. Why you make that? I was just on the game couple. For real, man. I'm serious. My vacation from gaming is a thing of 2022.
Right.
I'll be back in the gaming world. You can meet me up on any other systems, you know what I'm saying? Who said something?
Brianna said being pregnant. Hey,
Oh,
shout outs to
congrats.
that. Shout outs to that.
Congrats.
Congratulations. You know,
Rihanna, if you want to catch up to me, please just let me know.
don't do that.
What you
Don't
mean?
do that.
Brianna wanted to catch up with me a while ago.
I don't think she did.
Asa too.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think we trying to do that, bro. But I'll let you rock, man. I'll let you
You
rock.
see, she laughing at it. I'm trying to tell you,
She laughing because you're hilarious right now.
We want 4 of them.
She's laughing because you quite hilarious right now. But it's all good. We're not judging. Cooley High, what you leaving in 2022?
A bunch of bullshit.
Hmm. Felt that. Oh,
Rice, everything.
y'all
Yeah,
wilding that shit.
that's all I got for you is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry.
Hmm. Well, me personally, uh, starting to worry less and focus more. So I'm leaving negative mindsets in the past. I'm not stressing over things that are out of my control. Only focusing on the things that are. Focusing on me. Focusing on my kids. You know, things that matter the most to me. So I'm just leaving negativity and toxicity all in the past. Everything else, if it ain't important, I ain't stressing no more. 2023 is gonna be a better year. That's the plan. So, as you all know, we've been going since end of October. Um, that puts us at what, 2.5 months? 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've been going 2.5 months. Of course, you know, even though the show, you know, takes its breaks, life still continues, and we've all been doing our own individual things during that time. So let's talk about it. Look, welcome back, bro.
Thank you.
In
Thank you.
better
I'm glad
health.
to be back.
In better
In
health.
better health. Yes, indeed.
Yes, in better health. Glad to see you back.
Body, mind, spiritually.
You need to give Jamie some of that better health, man.
I'm trying to transition it, trying to
He
move it to
stole
the
it.
others.
He
I
stuck it
stole
out.
it. Don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't mean to steal it. I
You
give
can
it
have
back.
it back.
Good.
You can have all of it back. I don't want it no more. Look, it's not like
Look, trust me, I know how you feel. I was like this for damn near a whole year. I'm good to be better and healthier. Just making a couple moves, transitions in my life right now. Uh, just trying to get to a better state in all aspects. I know that sounds so vague, but it's the truth. Um, last year was a process of regaining a lot of things, and I feel like I'm at grasp of grabbing a lot, and I have teamwork with this. And I know that I can conquer so much more now. So that's all.
Glad to hear, brother. Can't wait to see what you got planned for 2023.
Oh yeah.
Jamie. So, if y'all recall, I think Jamie may have been like one of the biggest like highs of the end of the show for the Halloween party. She shut it down.
oh yeah.
And we want to say thank you for being such a trooper because all that face paint she had on that day, that night, didn't wear off the next day. So
I didn't.
She got some very intriguing looks the next day at school. But we definitely appreciate you for being such a trooper and doing your thing. How's your hiatus been? Cooley, how was your hiatus?
Hiatus? I mean, I just was working. I went to Ohio for Thanksgiving. Other than that, I just been working and taking care of my kids. I went to a New Year's Eve party. That was cool, I guess. Yeah, I had fun because I didn't have my kids that night. So actually, that was actually pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
There
we
was
all need
food
lit
and Oreos.
experience.
So many Oreos.
Too many what? Oreos.
Yeah, at the party. There's so many Oreos. Um, Christmas. I don't think I really did anything. I didn't. I didn't do anything for Christmas. But same day. So.
Um, my
Yeah,
hiatus was
I'm stuck on the Oreos. I'm
you
sorry.
know what?
Okay,
I'm
so
stuck
look,
on
I
the
was gonna do
Oreos.
it. Are we
No, no,
talking
no, no.
literal Oreos or
Like, are you? Is that sign? Is that you slinging or what? What is going on with the Oreo?
no, it was a
And she
color
pull up
party.
Oreos.
It was
what's
What is
going
going
on?
on? Like, it's,
black, so the Oreo. It makes sense, okay? Their color is black, so they brought Oreos. They wore black and brought Oreos. It's a color party. It's what you do.
a New Year's Oreo party.
Okay.
No, it was a New Year's color party.
Oh my
His
bad.
color was black, so he brought like just a shit ton of Oreos.
I like that. I get what you're saying. Did he give it all for free or was he charging y'all?
No,
'Cause I would charge y'all 3 Oreos a bag. For 10,
how did
all right, never mind.
it got divvied out? I was given the
Oreos.
peanut butter ones. I was
How do you
given the
got
peanut
Oreos, Jamie? That's crazy.
butter.
That is funny. You talking about
I'm at
Oreos?
work, so right when you asked me a question, she walked in.
You're good. You're good. Tell us about your hiatus, Jamie.
Mm, I don't remember. It's a bunch of bullshit.
You don't remember
Well,
nothing
clearly
from
she was at the
2.5
same
months.
party as Cooley because she got Oreos now. So
I mean, maybe
Clearly.
nothing
When did
from
we go on high? When was it? November and December?
November, December, and January all the way up to now.
Well, I don't even know. Let's see. Holidays suck. I hate holidays. My birthday. School.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Jamie had a birthday while we was on hiatus. So happy belated birthday. Even though I did tell you that day. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
my hiatus. Uh, I did a lot of soul searching during my hiatus. Um, I don't know. I had to piece together a lot of things in my life and kind of remind myself who I was as a person.
mm,
Um, Christmas was great. The boys got more stuff than they'll probably even play with. New Year's was great. I spent that with people very close to me. Um, and then
Mm.
I don't know. I've kind of made some I guess personal promises to myself to hopefully better myself and get my shit together. And I got a great support system behind me, and I appreciate them. Um,
uh,
and things are piecing together to hopefully, so I can hopefully make some strides in my own life. So shout outs to that. Definitely happy for that. I don't know if they're here, but if they are, I appreciate y'all. Um, yeah,
Here in the world.
huh?
Here.
But yes, you are definitely part of the support system. I am talking about a support system here, your support system, Charlotte. My bad.
My
All
Like,
right.
people, guys, like my signal ain't worth nothing. Just letting y'all know, everyone's frozen on my end.
So let's hop right into the show. I know Snook has been dying to get his Channel 8 news on, hence the news station background and these blank piece of paper he's been holding for like the past 20 minutes now. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. But
you're welcome. You're welcome.
by all means, sir, take it away. Do your thing.
Well,
Do your thing.
live on the Real Heat, I am Anchor G Snooker here to tell you about the news that happened last year, from January to December. This is going to be quick and smooth. Um, Feel free to chime in through the chat if you have anything to add and to talk about. These are topics that we will be discussing briefly. This is not just me reading off stuff. This is you interacting and engaging. All right. So for January in 2022, we had extreme weather. I don't know if y'all remember the news about the floods in Missouri and in Kentucky. Drought starved Lake Mead and Lake Powell. A total of 83 tornadoes tore across South. $15 billion disaster. So we had nothing but massive, catastrophic events happening straight from the jump of January all the way up to December, but it started heavy in January. Also going on to deal with a lot of. Oh, go ahead, Jamie.
Question. Do we
Answer.
have that kind of weather now this year in January 2023?
Global warming, excuse me.
I mean, the climate has definitely changed. They said that there's a big percentage difference in what is the norm for January, which also creates a lot of the situations that's been happening. They said since the last or for the last 8 years, there's been uh,
Spike.
a big spike, but not just that. There's been catastrophic events that cost over $1 billion that we needed to pay out throughout the country to help salvage those situations. Channel 22 News, you are correct. Go ahead, Jamie.
I meant compared to last year and this year.
I mean, it's only January, but yeah, I mean, it's been
Exactly.
catastrophic.
A
Yeah,
year ago. This was a year
it's
ago. What's it look like this year in comparison?
so far it's just the climate change, but it hasn't been as bad as it was the start of last year. So that, I mean, that's a better benefit. I'm worried now. I'm the forecast guy. I see or I predict a heavy blizzard soon to be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because of all this warmth, we're gonna get smacked. Whole United States. Y'all disagree?
Fuck it.
Isn't
Burn
that
it all
usually how
down.
it goes? You said what?
I said, fuck it. Burn it all down.
Shoot, heck no. I need to work. I need to make money.
Right. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, bro.
Facts. But yeah, no, it's been $15 billion disaster, so it's definitely been crazy. It's been like over 7 million acres burned by wildfire. Like that's crazy. 1.5 million population without power.
That's global warming right there. That saves everybody.
What you say?
Nothing. Global warming. Pretty much saying this is global warming right there.
All of it is basically that. I mean, that's what we're stating, that the climate has changed, and that's what produced all these catastrophic events that's been going on. Somebody said Seattle had a crazy ice storm.
Yes. You know what? This is, I know we're talking about 2022, but we gotta, since Jamie brought it up. You know the crazy thing about that huge snowstorm we had like a month ago around Christmas time that hit like literally the entire country. This snowstorm started on the West Coast and moved all the way to the East Coast, and as it moved, it got stronger, and somehow all these states on the East Coast were so unprepared for it. It literally started on the West Coast and moved to the East Coast, and everybody got hit with it. And somehow, when it got to the East Coast, it was just like, oh, snowstorm. What happened? People are dying. We weren't expecting this. How?
I mean, I feel like it goes like that all the time. Like anytime there's like one snowflake, everybody's like, buy all toilet paper. Eat $10 of milk. Life savings and eggs. Which I mean, you pretty much got just saying your life savings and eggs nowadays.
Like I think what, like 50 some people died in like New York by itself, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought they would be more prepared because we usually get this, over East is where the ice storms usually happen, the snowstorms usually happen. These things happen. We've had blizzards ample amount of time, especially stuff in New York and Detroit, stuff up there. Like they usually have these occurs all the time. So I don't know. We should have been prepared. I agree with you.
Well,
moving on.
Let's talk about preparedness. Yes, let's talk about how nobody was prepared for February.
Well, February last year, since we're recapping of last year, there ain't much to talk about with February. People made love. People freaked off on Valentine's Day. But Super Bowl halftime happened. You said you didn't? I didn't either. But people did. But Super Bowl halftime happened, and Tommy was excited, very excited. He was beyond excited to see Eminem, Dre,
halftime show was crazy last year, man.
Right?
Crazy.
Who was your favorite artist?
Dre. Oh, favorite artist? I don't know, cause Dre and Snoop. That's a classic. Like,
anybody know Snoop's real name? No. No. When I was looking this stuff up, Snoop name is like, it's like a Prince name. It's like Theodore, Alexander, Demetrius, something like, it's really long like that. I'm gonna get back to you on the Snoop name.
Didn't you get ghosted last year over Valentine's Day, Tommy?
Ghosted.
His name is Calvin Cordozar Brodus Jr.
Told you, it's like
what? That's
I didn't even know that. That's Snoop's real name. That's crazy.
Yeah, Calvin Cordozar Brodus Jr.
Back to Jamie. Who ghosted me last year?
Jamie frozen.
A certain redhead.
What?
A certain redhead.
Me and her stopped talking back in January, so that was way before February.
No, because you sent the Valentine's Day gift and it got lost.
It didn't get lost. She lost it in her house.
You thought you got
stuff.
You thought you got ghosted.
Why are we talking about this for? This is not the topic right now.
This is what happened last year, February.
I mean, it did happen last year, though.
Okay, what did y'all do for February last year?
We're not talking about Valentine's. We're not talking about me.
I was pregnant.
I don't know.
And I still did something for Valentine's Day that year. It's not her.
I had this human inside me.
Yo, what up, Vic?
What it do?
And now I'm exhausted all the time. Oh, so tired.
You found it?
Jackie Chan's mom was pregnant with him for like 12 months.
So,
all right, we're moving back on to the next topic besides talking about February and pregnancies. All right, in March, Ukraine UFO sightings. I don't know if y'all peeped or heard anything about it, but the
Oh, so they
between the
don't
war
come
with
from Pennsylvania.
Russia and the Ukrainians, there were many UFO sightings. Even seeing UFO fighting for the Ukrainians against the Russia at one point. And overall, on Washington Post, they speak about it being like 225, 226 sightings throughout Ukraine and United States. So it's been very hectic. Now, the difference is UFO doesn't always mean what we think UFO means. It means exactly what it states, which is an unidentified flying object. So the question is, are we going to be speaking conspiracy theorist route or just speaking on how militaries are making technology that is very foreign and very secretive um, and using it? So go ahead, James. You said what?
Nope.
Nope on what? The
Just like
movie?
the movie.
The
Nope.
movie. Okay.
It's
Yeah. That's good one. Good one. But no. All right. Something's happening. The UFOs are flying everywhere, and you should be prepared. Okay.
the
They might
crazy thing
affect
about
you.
that is though, like even our government has started like debunking and acknowledging like UFOs exist. They haven't said it's aliens, but they are saying like, yeah, it's some shit flying out here in the sky, and we don't know what the hell it is. But yeah,
Yeah. They also put a documentary on Netflix. They kind of were vague, but they definitely were stating facts on a lot of the debunked articles or subjects that was point of matter that they were trying to hide. So there is a documentary on Netflix that you can watch about that. And I'm sure there's many YouTube videos speaking of these things as well. But just stating in general that there were a lot of UFO during that Ukraine and Russian war around March. I mean, it's been throughout as well, but definitely around March last year. They were big time speaking on that. Do y'all believe in aliens?
Oh,
yes,
UAPs.
UFEs?
Carnell said they're called UAPs.
yes, I did say that
Oh,
they are calling it now UAPs. What's it?
wow.
Unidentified
What does
aerial
aerial
something. But
projectile?
I don't think it's projectile. I forgot what it is. Let's look it up real quick.
Penis.
Penis? Oh yeah, see, she got. I don't know what it is,
Where's your
but
mind at, man?
I don't think. I think changing the name isn't going to change anything. It's still something flying around that we do not know about.
Why would it be worse? It
Unidentified
could be summertime. It could be
aerial
these bugs.
phenomena. And the reason why thank you, Carnell. I'm glad you brought that up. It's because now they're grouping in like, so you know how people will take videos, it's like the orbs floating in the sky, and then they'll just like zoom off like at the speed of sound or faster, or things that can change directions in a way that no human built craft is able to do just yet. So anything of that sort now is considered an unidentified aerial
But
phenomenon.
who said humans ain't? I'm a sound like
Unidentified area phenomenon. That's a mouthful. That's just a lot.
you said what? What did it say?
UFO. What do you
You
say?
taking more?
Unidentified. What?
Flying object. That's what UFO stands for. But they saying there's something with
Not
UAP now. I
that.
don't know
But
what
what is
UAP means.
something phenomena? Whatever.
Oh,
Keep going. I'm stuck
unidentified
on that.
aerial phenomenon.
Why can't we just say UFO?
Say UFO. All right,
Huh?
April.
April.
I had put this, but there was some other things going on. First, I had put mask lift in most schools across country. As far as in the schools, they finally decided to lift a lot of the masks for the kids because they thought things were great. Yet China turned their COVID victory into a defeat. China got hit real heavy with COVID again.
Good day.
Yeah, and it kind of changed a lot of stuff that was going on because of that. It kind of put us back into a state of crisis. But it died real fast, which is weird. That whole COVID thing has just been everywhere. In my opinion, I don't know how I really feel about it.
So you don't believe in vaccines?
I'm not vaccinated. I will never be vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After I caught it, I was like, no point in being vaccinated now. Got the
Can you
antibodies.
again?
So yeah.
Mm. I
Jamie,
could,
have
I
you
mean,
tested to be
not the same
COVID
every time.
negative?
Yeah, she's been tested. It's not
Okay.
COVID.
I just was
I
just
had
asking out
this
of concern.
last year.
Not for you, jinx her, bro. That would be terrible.
No, I was being serious. Just look at her over there.
You talking about
Also in
me?
April. Huh?
Oh, I'm dying?
No, I actually was asking of concern. Did you check the COVID negative? Since you are
Yeah,
feeling like,
yeah, I checked for COVID. It's
okay.
bronchitis and congestion.
Ew.
All right.
Hold up. Hot seat.
Her.
Hot seat. Wait a
You in the
wait
hot
a
seat.
minute. Vic, explain this.
Ah, excuse me.
Explain it.
Oh yeah, they were saying that too.
What?
USOs. They're saying
Hold
that
on,
the
I need Victor.
USOs.
So basically, what you're saying is the kaijus from Pacific Rim are about to start coming to life.
Remember they was having a big explosion in one of the oceans not that long ago.
I have one not
I don't
that
know what
long
it was
ago.
for. It could have been a kaiju fight. It could have been some. We don't know.
Now that could be a kaiju fight.
Oh no, he's talking about what I was going to say. They were saying that where they disappear, where they go to, is that they fly above, but then they go and submerge underwater, like they're going underwater. They're not. That's why we can't find out where they're landing. And I guess that's the name for it is USO.
That's some crazy shit going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit for sure.
But before we go back into the USO, AP and BBP, CEF, also in April, Roe versus Wade initiated, and it caused a lot of conflict. Even though it first started in 19, didn't know. And do anyone know what the Roe versus Wade? Y'all know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, it
Um,
legal-
what you say, Cooley?
it legalized abortion. There's a whole documentary on Netflix about it. It's actually kind of interesting. And the actual chick, like the Roe versus Wade chick, is actually like against abortion. It's weird. They
Yeah,
overturned
it was
it. It's
weird.
wild.
I mean, I guess through time things change, but the benefit. I don't know why it keeps
So
coming
Roe
up.
versus Wade. Hold on, I'm sorry. Roe versus
Yeah.
Wade. I had a whole presentation on this for my psych and all my other classes I'm taking right now.
I had one for criminal justice.
Roe versus Wade, it actually started out as the women's right movement of birth control. Women weren't allowed to have birth control. Only married women were allowed to get birth control. And then, that ball rolling down went on to unmarried women being able to get birth control, and then federally protecting abortions and all that shit. What you about? I mean, I'm skipping steps. Oh, I thought he was on me. I was like, I'm skipping steps, but
I think there's like
started.
it's Netflix or HBO. I don't know. There's a documentary on it. It's pretty good. It's interesting.
I do think I mean, of course, times change, and with times changing, judges do decide to go back and overlook things that have been put in place to see if they still fit into our society. But I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's quite surprised when they decided to bring Roe versus Wade back up. Um, and of course, we
Overturn it.
know it was a very conservative push to bring the conversation of Roe v. Wade back up. But I got to be honest, I never thought they'd overturn it.
Neither did I.
That one caught me completely by surprise.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I didn't think they would. You know what I mean? Because it's like the shift that this country has taken within the last few years, you know?
I mean, it's not. It hasn't been more than a few years.
Yeah.
Like, like
It's terrible
I
because
don't
I'm
know,
taking a politics class
atmosphere
this semester, and I'm just like, fuck.
it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like the atmosphere's changed. It's just different. So, I mean, like, I'm not surprised
Um,
that they,
so
yeah.
since we are on the topic of April, for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you do know, this is also when the trial of Derek Chauvin started. Derek Chauvin was the police officer who was indicted for kneeling on the neck of George Floyd, resulting in death. I believe that trial ended in June with him being found guilty, um, which to many it was a victory, to some it was a loss. Yeah, I guess it just all depends on how you look at it. At the end of the day, a man died unnecessarily. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I could go on forever, but yeah, a man died and another man has faced justice for his actions. So yeah. Next comes my favorite month, May.
Boo! Why was May your favorite month?
Shout out to all the Tauruses and Geminis in the building.
Boo! Thought you was gonna say something serious, like news, okay? Anchor G Snooky here, going back to the news. Forget them Tauruses. In May,
I'm a
it
Gemini,
was a
so that don't hurt
big.
me.
You smooth with that. Y'all corrupted too. Um, Baby formula shortage started in May. I don't know if that affected you, Uli. Big time, didn't it? Do you have
You know, it's still
experience you want to talk about?
no formula on the shelves. Like, I'm going, bro, that's what I was pretty much been doing pretty much every afternoon. I'm going store to store looking for that shit. I'm struggling. So if y'all see some purple, Enfamil, some Gentleys, let a sister know. Because I'm struggling to find it.
So
I
why
really
why people ain't hustling breast milk? Real curious. Have y'all heard of
that's really
anybody?
hard. I don't know what they diet like,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's expensive.
Look, you look very interested in who's hustling breast milk out here. You got something you want to tell us?
No.
I still got a
Sure.
few bags in my freezer. But I'm kind of saving it in case I get sick or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm curious if that's going to change the percentage of moms who choose to breastfeed. Because this shortage has been going on for a while. You know, it's still going on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I was breastfeeding and it got to the point where I wasn't producing. So
Mm.
I was you know what I'm saying? Like it was either let my baby starve or, supplement and eventually like I just stopped producing.
That's whack.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
I
It
used to
happens to
have
a
to
lot
leave.
more than you think.
You said
yeah,
what?
It
uh-huh.
happens to a lot more women than you think.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Because my daughter, I
stopping.
breastfed for over a year. I
Mm.
breastfed probably for over a year. If I could do that to my son, I would. Don't get me wrong. But I say I never wanted to formula feed him. This is not a choice I wanted to make.
Is there food or nutrients that help consist the breastfeeding, or is there things that help hinder breastfeeding? You know
I mean,
about
I
that?
tried it all. I pumped at work. I was eating the supplements, the lactation brownies, drinking the water, drinking the body armors, eating the oatmeal, drinking the almond milk,
Mm.
drinking the mother's milk tea, eating all the fruits and vegetables. I was doing it.
Go ahead, Jay.
Exercising, like I tried.
Go ahead, Jamie.
So just because women have titties don't mean it produces milk, just like some men's dicks don't get hard.
That's why I asked the question. But
Um,
you're right.
to
You're
look at the
right.
chat, Mishi said some people don't even have the option to
You
breastfeed.
breastfeed.
That is
Yeah.
very true. Um, so for those who are fortunate to do it, no matter how short or how long of a term they do it, um, thankful because it's a gift that you were able to enjoy some amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I was just curious because I know like that was a easier option to choose from. But now that we have this deprivation on the formula, like will that change that aspect of a lot of people actually choosing to breastfeed more? Not saying the ones who can't, not saying the ones who get short after a year. I'm just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? Like just off of curious state. Like if
Yeah.
y'all, for those who are going through it, like Cooley, since you're going through, if you had the chance to tell someone before they made that choice to breastfeed or not, would you tell them, "Hey, breastfeed because of this is going"? Say, you
I mean, to be honest, if you don't know there's a formula shortage while pregnant, then what? And that's just, I mean, unless you just super out the loop from any type of media, but I don't know, because I was worried about that while pregnant. That's why I was like, man, I really need to breastfeed. I tried as long as I could.
mm-hmm,
So I mean, but there's like I know like one mother, she gets donor milk or whatever. Right now she's struggling to find donor milk because her last person like it fell through last minute, and then she was on the internet like scouring to find the milk because it's not like you just go to the store and buy breast milk. You know what I'm saying? And she's dried up because her babies were in the NICU when they were first born for a while. So you know what I'm saying? She couldn't breastfeed them on demand. You know what I'm saying? She tried the whole pumping thing, whatever, but without the baby, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible, but it's hard. And especially if you're working. Um, it's just hard, man. The whole thing sucks. Like, I would just tell, like, try to breastfeed. Like, I tell mom, like, try these products. That don't work, try these products. Just
Sometimes
stay
it's not
happy.
even sometimes it's not even the mom though. Sometimes it's the baby. Like I couldn't
And yeah,
breastfeed my youngest
sometimes,
because he wouldn't latch for
right,
nothing. I was
yeah,
producing like a mother, but he wouldn't
and
latch. So I mean, he ended up getting
sometimes,
jaundice and everything else.
all that can affect, you know what I'm saying, nipple confusion from giving a binky too early. You know what I'm saying? All that plays in. Some babies just don't catch on to it.
mm-hmm.
So to take a look
Nishiba.
at the chat,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Um, so of course, one of our Fuego family members, Mishi, she works at a OBGYN, and she said a tip is try calling your OB or pediatrician. We get samples to us sent all the time. Also, a lot of allergy medicine and decongestants can dry out the supply. So definitely take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's coming from a medical professional. So I ain't gonna argue with her because I'm pretty
And
sure she's
because
right.
what she said highlighted that month to July. Okay. And in July, Simone Biles wins president, and it's because of her advocating for so many
Run that
things.
back. We missed all that. You cut out right as you said that. We heard Simone
For real?
Biles, and that was it.
All right.
Not
I'm gonna do it. Huh? What? I rewinded. You said rewind it back. Anyway, July. Simone Biles wins Presidential Medal of Freedom for her advocating for so many platforms. Do you know some of the platforms, Tommy? What she advocated for?
is this
You
a
don't
pop
know?
quiz? I thought you was
You
giving the news.
This is the news, but you should know why she won the presidential Medal of Freedom as I read the paper.
No, Mr. Newsman, that's why I'm watching the news. You're supposed to tell me
well,
this.
well, she won it, like I said, for vague accomplishments as an advocate. She advocated for women's rights. She advocated for women uh, equal rights as an athlete, equal pay. She advocated for a lot of things. She advocated for education. I know, Wally. I did not know why I asked her, Wally. But also because we always leave someone out. But I don't know how to say her name, and I do not want to say it wrong. So I'm just say Megan also received the Medal of Freedom, and it wasn't Megan Thee Stallion. All right, I don't know her last name. It's like Rappin' Yo. I don't know how to say her name, but she advocated for LGBTQ, for racial justice, and so forth, so on. These are two advocates that definitely deserve that medal. Coming from uh, a world of being an advocate, it's not easy. You do not get paid for advocating. You know what I'm saying? That is straight sweat, blood, heart, and passion to fight for someone else's rights. When a lot of people don't even acknowledge the right that they have it on their own or that they should fight for it on their own. So I commend them. Definitely do.
I mean, anybody fighting for anybody else's rights, I'm gonna always give them kudos because it's people out here whose rights are getting trampled on all the time and they don't know or they don't care. So if somebody's fighting for you, you know,
No,
my
facts.
kudos to them.
Big time, big time. I'm not gonna lie. My most passionate days or most accomplished times were advocating. Um, it definitely make you realize how much you can care for someone else, especially for people who don't even know that you're there to care. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know who you caring for, what you care for, and to acknowledge that aspect is a big thing. So I definitely commend. Did y'all ever do any advocating or advocacy? Y'all ever fought for anything?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I just
That's
wanted
what
to
my whole job is. This is what I'm going to school for. Like,
facts. I mean, what you fought for, the controller?
My advocacy has always been in my occupation.
Okay. So you fighting for your job. I understand that.
See, you're very
Oh,
funny.
huh?
No,
My bad.
I worked with kids for a very long time, and I made sure to not let them grow up as green as the world would like. I introduced a lot of them to a lot of civil rights leaders, a lot of people who, like you said, were out here fighting for the rights of others.
Mm.
And I showed them what the world doesn't want them to see. You would be surprised at the reaction kids have when you show them pictures of Africa and see it's not the for 55 cents a day you can feed a starving child.
Yeah, it is not like that. I
It's
mean,
not.
it's not
I
like
mean,
that.
of course, I mean, but that's everywhere. That's everywhere in the world. It's places like that.
It's here
It's
somewhere. You know?
here. I can go 30 minutes up the road to Richmond and show you people sleeping under the bridge with nothing but a trash bag. Like, it's everywhere.
it's at my house.
You say inside your house.
My kids be hungry.
Oh, well, they
If y'all want to feed them 55 cents a day, please, everybody.
big facts. I like that.
Cash App,
I like
Jamie
that.
Justa. Thank
Put it in the
you.
chat. Let them know.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Um,
Put my cash app in there, Tommy. Thank you.
you gotta. I mean, you can put the link in there.
I don't feel
You
good.
can put the link in there. But yeah, that was my first form of advocacy, and then later occupation. I got to interact with people in not the best situations and just remind them that you still on this earth, you still have a purpose, and that don't let past mistakes or, faults or mishaps, you know, be the remainder of how you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to speak about some of my occupations, but
Then do it. There's a clause.
huh?
Don't get fired. There's a clause. Don't get
No,
fired on your day.
this is a past job. So one
All
of my
right.
past jobs, I worked with kids at um juvenile prisons. And it's crazy because talking to them, like, they know nothing of the world around them. Like, their ignorance was crazy. I remember talking to them, and they knew nothing outside of those 3 square miles they called the hood. Nothing. Um, I introduced them to, like, I even let some of them read like my graphic novels, like, and they loved it. Like, it was like, yo, like, this is so cool. I showed them like people on YouTube. I forgot the guy's name. But he was a big Instagram comedian. But if you look into his backstory, he had did time. I wish I could think of his name. He looks kind
Bill
of like D.
Bellamy?
Ray Davis. I swear I can't think of
Oh,
his
all
name
right.
now.
I thought you were going to say Bill Bellamy.
No, no, he's like new generation Instagram
Okay.
comedian. Um, I want to say like Keyron or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but like I showed him, him, and showed like, yo, like, he's doing YouTube, he's doing Instagram, like, he's doing comedy, and like he makes light of his past. Like, he uses it as material. I showed them what's the guy? Haha Davis. And I was like, like, you really in this generation, in this day and age, you really can do anything and make a living off of it. You just gotta put your mind to it. Like, don't let this be your future. It's crazy because a lot of them really like clung to me for that, because I didn't come and look at them like, oh, they're criminals, yada yada, like they're juvenile delinquents. Like, no, you made a mistake. We all make them. A lot of us could be locked up for some things that we've done, and we just got lucky and never got caught. So at the end of the day, I wasn't judging them. They appreciated me for it, and it gave me the opportunity to really touch these kids and show them, like, you can do so much more with your life.
What you do, Jamie? Did you hit your hand or something? Or is it just throbbing, hurting?
You broke a
I'm
bone?
just sitting in I'm just sitting in pain, sorry. I was
No,
trying to
it's
stay
all right.
quiet.
I didn't know if you, I see you trying to be quiet, but I didn't know if you.
I was trying to be real quiet, but it hurts like fuck.
No, thanks for that story and that info, Tommy. Um, like I said, I do know how it is to advocate and to see the change in people or to fight for people. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have been there and done many different ways of that. Mishy Bug, Wally. Um, with that being said, we're going on. I'm advocating for moving on. Okay, Derek Chauvin, Minneapolis officer who decided to put his knee in George Floyd's neck during the arrest that mainly uh, took his life, was
Kind of
sentenced for
talked about this.
252 months. 20. You said what?
We kind of talked about.
When I left, that was in July though.
Yeah, but his trial started.
Moving on, since there's another now.
But he was convicted this month. I mean, that month. So I
Yeah, he
mean,
was,
yeah.
and I forgot we said that we were going to keep him where we kept him. But anyway, that is true. That is true. All right, August. Since we were speaking of Roe and Wade, President Biden issued an executive order on securing access to reproductive and other healthcare services. He tried to put the fight to prevent what was going on with Roe versus Wade and with other things that was going on with healthcare and babies and the process in general with moms. Um, he had things like support patients traveling out of state for medical care put in place. He ensured provides and comply with federal non-discrimination laws, promote research and data collection on maternal health outcomes to help try to situate these things. Um, where are they all going? Is everything finalized? Next time on Dragon Ball Z, we don't know because he's been real iffy with putting the hammer down on all these things. So I don't know
He
how
has,
far the fight is going to be. He's
but
been,
he
but
did
what?
give the states a lot of power to make their own decisions on how to move forward with the.
See,
So
iffy.
a lot of states have went to the extreme to just stop abortions and birth control and all of that as a whole. And then you have other states who have made the moves to protect, you know, the abortion rights and birth control rights of women. Thank you to those states who have decided to
Who
set
who
these
is that?
policies.
That girl that speaks on Instagram who has like her little tea party.
Oh,
Mommy. Oh,
Lene,
yeah.
Lanese.
Ryan Easy. That's what it is. If you want to be up to date on a lot of that, or with political standpoints and conflicts that's going on, I suggest you check Lani out on Instagram. She kills it. She's a powerful woman that speaks on these things, and very knowledgeable.
Yes, and she she really does a really good job of taking what's happened since the last episode, which she does almost every week. Sometimes she takes breaks here and there, which I mean, you can blame her. Content creation isn't easy, but she takes breaks. I mean, she takes things that's happened between then and the last episode, condenses it into a very realistic and entertaining manner, and then spews it out in damn near poetry. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely
It's a
recommend
beast.
checking her out. And
Yeah.
if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me share plenty of her videos to my stories, especially on Fridays. So definitely check her out. She's like that.
All right. Now, the next month is a very, very, very important month. Um, September, Queen Elizabeth died. Hat goes out to her. Um, I also had a birthday, and it was live and it was active. September 22nd, I will put Cash App info out for those who want to remember that important date, September. Hold on. Take a pause.
2022.
Okay. For those who did not hear me, it's in the chat, September 22. I've also, I met the love of my life in September too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that too. Ain't nothing else to talk about me when it's September. So we just going to move on because I don't want to take your heads off about talking about September 22nd. October, Elon Musk gets Twitter. Why?
Boy, that was a wild ride. When I tell
Why?
y'all, Elon Musk getting Twitter is the best and worst thing to have ever happened.
Why?
If you know about Black Twitter, we had a time last night. What? Elon Musk getting Twitter was, he got people quitting the jobs. It got to the point people were uploading entire movies to Twitter, and no one could enact the DMCA strikes, and so people were legit watching entire movies on Twitter.
It's crazy.
A lot of other stuff has happened, but because this is a Twitch show, we're not gonna speak on that.
Understood.
Twitter is the wild wild west now.
Yeah, I heard. He said that he didn't get it for money. He did it to help humanity.
So he says.
That's what he said. He paid 44, right? I think that's like the base of what it is. So he kind of just got it without fighting to really pay for it.
Mishi, hold on. Are you saying
Well,
Elon Musk buying Twitter is what crashed the pharmaceutical company's stock? Let me guess. Someone paid for that blue check, changed their profile picture to the logo for this company, changed all their bio information look right, and then said some off the wall shit.
Wow.
That
And that's been
happened a
going on a
lot.
lot. That's been going on a lot.
Yeah, because why are we selling blue check marks? If you're not a
You know,
celebrity, why do you need a blue check mark?
everybody's a celebrity now. You didn't realize that? Everybody's verified.
Verify what?
I don't know what they verifying,
They
but they
are
verify.
paying for blue check marks next to their name. And then shit like
I
that
don't
is
know what
happening.
for.
Media have that much power in the first place.
I mean,
I
I
don't give a shit if you
completely
got a
agree.
blue check mark next to your name. I don't even be on the darn thing like that.
I
And
get
I
on from
Check
time to
mark,
understand
time.
why.
nothing.
I get on from time to time, but
Yeah, you only get on to answer that QOTD, which I'm taking a quick intermission to remind y'all that every day there's a question of the day on the Real Heat on Instagram, and you should be answering that question.
yes,
A
you
lot of
should.
things that go on.
A lot of interesting stuff pops up there.
A lot of things that go on.
Yes.
Okay? Back to the show, November, um, the murder of Takeoff.
Rest
Rest
in
in peace.
peace.
Um, I'm I don't want to sound insensitive, but I'm one of those guys that I don't put that out there because there's many people who had passed in all day, every day, all month, and I don't think I mean they people become famous figures, and that's what gets the acknowledgement, and it affects people because of how they touch them and which way they touch them in their lives. Um, but the Migos definitely transition culture with music in a lot of different ways. Um, and I wanted to pay respect for that. And not just that, it almost was exactly from Young Dolph passing as well. So kind of was a big hit, that November.
Um, much I hate to say this, I think celebrities have to really understand that once you get to a position of power, of money, or even influence, you got to move differently. You have to move differently because there are people who see that target on your back and they see a green light, whether it be for your money, for your power, for your influence, or even if it's just for a quick 15 minutes of fame. Once you reach a certain level, you got to move differently.
But you're talking about someone who both of them, to be honest with you, you're not talking about uh other people who had passed, that their information got out. I mean, Takeoff was with literally his whole crew that was moving differently. That was that was a insider situation. Young Dove, that's a little different. There was some comfort in that, but he's been moving that way for a long time.
Party next
I mean, it's
door.
kind of hard. You say what?
Party next door.
Saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just that like people, even though you're famous, you wanna like that's the reason why people left the hood. This is this, but they kind of got to. You know what I'm saying? For protection reasons, because envy, people hate and envy on the poorest man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. What you say? I thought you said something, Jamie. Oh no. Okay. Um,
That boy
I
hearing
thought
something.
so. I thought she said something. But last but not least is December, and I'm gonna let you take that, Tommy.
Um, well, before I get into this, Sam, you want to give us a slight synopsis of this before I pull up the Instagram?
So, there's a lady that I don't know how I happened upon her or she happened upon me or how that went, but for the last few years, we've been following one another on Instagram. And she is actually into MMA, um, and um, went kind of ghost for a while. And since I'm not really on Instagram much anymore myself or Facebook like that, I didn't really notice much. And recently logged in and read her story as to what she's been going through for the last couple months now. And you can read the post, but she um I'm sorry, I can't even.
It's okay. I,
Um,
you want to?
Tommy, if you could.
yes. So this is a post from the young lady. I've been diagnosed with severe pulmonary hypertension. Right after Christmas, I was forced to terminate pregnancy as both my life and my baby's lives were in danger. Her name is Baby Rain. Had I not acted within the couple of days I was diagnosed, I wouldn't be here. My case was found very late. The pressure in my lungs was 5 times the normal what it should have been, and as a result, the right side of my heart is now enlarged. There is no cure for my diagnosis. The medicine available is being pumped directly into my heart and is meant to extend my life as much as possible. I've been working on art as much as I can to keep my mind as stable as possible. The loss of both of my girls along with my diagnosis has been devastating to say the least. Katana Rose passed away on November 28th, 2022 at the age of 3. And then she goes on to speak about her art that she's been working on since she has had this diagnosis. So here it is. This is the third painting I've done as a part of my art therapy in the hospital. It represents both of the girls. The water in the painting represents Baby Rain. The flowers in the painting representing all the flowers I wanted to buy for Katana at her funeral and didn't get a chance to due to someone refusing to turn over the money raised for her funeral. This piece, along with others, are being auctioned off to raise funds for our family and go towards expenses incurred during this time. If you wish for the piece to be signed, it will be free of charge upon request. So, um, she has a GoFundMe. I'm gonna actually drop that in the chat real quick, or not. Um, that's weird. But if you guys have anything to give, want to show support, we would definitely appreciate it. Because losing 2 children, I couldn't imagine. And not only that, to be sick, you know, as well. That's rough. So, we're reaching out to all of our Fuego family members. If you have anything to give, any way to show support, anything, even if it's just sharing the link yourself, we definitely appreciate any support. Um, Greatly appreciate it, and of course, no matter how big or no or how small it is, you know, goes toward a good cause. So, if you have anything to give, please do. So, I know we said we weren't going to touch on this, but I really want to touch on this.
Let it go.
While we're in the month of December, I really want to touch on this.
Oh, yeah, you
Last
said,
month,
oh my
the boy
God.
Tory Lanez was found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm.
And boy, social media was in a frenzy those 2 weeks. A lot of people, even after this trial, still feel that Tory is innocent. I personally don't know how I feel. I feel like there's some pieces left out that I feel like were probably brought into everything at Discovery. So, like I said, we don't know the full story. But there are people who argue that Tory Lanez is innocent. And a lot of fingers have been pointing toward Kelsey. But at the end of the day, Megan was definitely shot, and one of them two was guilty of it.
Yeah.
So, how do y'all feel about this?
I mean, I can't. I wanted to put on for the show, but I don't care. Megan Thee Stallion is still twerking till this day. That told you not
Real hot
stop
girl
the
shit.
pain. Real hot girl shit. She is hot in her toe and in her ass at this point. So it don't.
You're
I mean, it
petty.
do matter. She
You're
got
petty.
shot. It does. It does matter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
You're
sorry.
petty.
She got shot.
You're
It's
very
so
petty.
cold blooded, especially if it
You're very
was
petty.
from Tory Lanez. Look, be nice. All right. Tory Lanez. I just seen something about Tory Lanez's father speaking on his behalf. Um, he the guy that had to shape up with no hair at the same time.
Why are you being petty, bro?
Was that Tory Lanez's
Nah, I
father?
ain't gonna. That shit was funny though.
That shape up was sleek. So was the non hair. It was real smooth.
Right.
I appreciate him doing what he
Right.
did. It makes me wonder if I should get go bald. Maybe that's a trend now. Shape
No.
up with no hair.
Please
No?
no.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I mean, and then they also was speaking about Tory Lanez apologizing in a phone call, and they were trying to be technical. Like that apology wasn't stating that he actually did shoot. It just was apology to his fans for being in the situation that he was in. Um, I mean, I want to think about what I'm eating tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna make numbers and wonders, and I'm still gonna like both of their music. Matter of fact, when everything's done, they might want to feature on each other's songs because they're killing it. You know what I'm
I don't think
saying?
that's happening.
Huh?
Pretty sure it's not.
Well, Jay-Z and R. Kelly got on. I'm just saying.
We're not talking about R. Kelly.
Well,
'Cause
what he did, yeah, no, all the way. But I'm saying for the situation that you never know if they might get on something together. I'm
pardon, I
live.
don't think he's been like I know he's been found guilty, but I don't think he's received his sentencing yet. Has he? I don't think he's just let's see.
I don't think so.
But actually I believe that's like the 20 I think it's like Monday, I believe.
Soon, right?
Yeah, it's like next week, not that much.
Mm-mm-mm.
He's
I
facing
hope he
up to
doesn't.
22 years and 8 months,
That's
but
crazy.
um January 27th, we'll find out what he's sentenced to. January 27th, we will get his official sentence.
27.
But
I definitely will be wearing a shirt with his father's haircut on to represent what side I'm standing for. So I don't believe it. I don't believe he did it. But I ain't gonna go there. Jamie, you believe he did it?
Believe who did what?
See? Exactly. That's why I don't believe he did it.
so
Are we talking about R. Kelly?
no.
Ah!
Oh, I was about to say, how do you not believe that?
No.
That's why I asked.
He put a whole album out called I Did It. No, he said it wasn't him, but I don't.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said it
I was
wasn't him,
wrong.
but it was definitely his voice on the songs. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's move
You're talking about the
on.
dude that shot the chick.
He said y'all gonna talk about the Rico case next week. No, we should have had brought that up though.
That didn't
Whoa.
start till this month.
The Rico case? Are
What
you
is that?
serious?
The trial just
The
started this
young,
What
month.
Rico
man,
case?
that Rico case of Young Thug and all that.
It just started this month. It started right after the Tory
What
Lanez
is that?
stuff. So it either started at the very end of December or it started at the beginning of this year.
When did they get grabbed up though? That was like,
that been happened.
yeah, we could have brought it
What
up
are you
then.
talking about?
The YSL Rico cases.
The what?
Why so?
Okay. They
Well,
pay my bills. That's why I don't know nothing.
so to keep things going on, we
Leave
went
my
over last
own
year.
business.
Let's talk about this year. So this is officially season 3 of the Real Heat. We got a lot of great episodes planned for this season. Of course, today was 2022 in review. We have, let's see. So we have an episode based around mixed race. I can't wait for that episode. We have an episode called The Black Experience. Of course, we have our seasonal mental health check. We have a Valentine's Day special called Heated Hearts. I'm kind of looking forward to that one too. But I'm not gonna tell y'all why. We have an episode called We're Not Really Strangers. Thanks to Jamie for that episode. But we're not going to tell y'all about it, though. Just know it's going to be a good one. Of course, we got our seasonal pillow talk. Because
Always the best episode. Well, I love Pillow Talk episodes.
I bet you do. Fucking
Tommy?
I know. That's me. I saw it when it happened. But we're back up there. That's all that matters. We're back up. We're back up. So I don't know where I left off. We're gonna just jump back to like episode 3, the Black Experience, episode 4, the seasonal mental health check, because we all need to check what's going on in these heads of ours, especially with this world we live in. We got our Valentine's Day special called Heated Hearts. We got We're Not Really Strangers. Shout out to Jamie for that episode. Can't wait. Our seasonal pillow talk, because that's Snook's favorite episode for some reason. Just nasty. We got Super Women, which is going to be our first all women episode. Me and Snook will not be in attendance, at least video wise, for that episode.
But we'll be in the chat.
So we'll definitely be in the chat. Then we have our Meeting of the Minds episode. I'm gonna take a lovely group of men and a lovely group of women, and we're not gonna bash each other. We're not gonna bash each other. We're gonna have an intellectual conversation, come to understandings, and talk about the stuff people don't like to talk about. The real shit. Because we're the real heat. And then we're gonna wrap things up with the curtain call. So this season's gonna be a very very entertaining season. So please do not miss out. If you guys do not know, we are on Discord. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube, which of course this episode will be up on tomorrow, as usual. So check us out on all of that. Of course, if you're here, I'm pretty sure you follow our Instagram. So click that link in the bio. All our links are there, including our Discord. If you want to be a guest, you can message any of us, or you can go into Discord and there's a section called Request to be a Guest. Just fill out the application and we'll get you right. So, anything else you guys want to add before we wrap things up?
Salute.
I'm ready to take some medicine and go to bed.
That's you need to.
Yes, you do. So, with that being said, peace, chicken grease, and all the other stuff. We'll see y'all next week for episode 2 of The Real Heat. Oh, and don't forget our Discord. In case you don't know, because you may be new, or you just forgot, because, you know, we all do that from time to time. We have the cooldown after the show in the Discord. Just join the Discord if you're not already in there. Yeah, we know. You're about to go to sleep, sickness. We know. Join the Discord. It's a nice little chat in there, and you can find us in there. Call the lounge. We'll be in there until about midnight, probably. So, yeah. Peace. See y'all next week.